have been about a year of a pretty soft market for us.
And David, you were talking about buyer psychology and all this, right? There's the numbers, but then there's how people feel.
Right.
And to what degree do you think that is something that can be shifted if I'm an actual agent broker, or is that so embedded in people's psychology that at a macro maybe that can be changed, but if I'm a broker, I just got to deal with what I've got to deal with?
I mean, at a broader level, the way I think about it is you can't generalize, but let's generalize for a second. If you think about kind of the investors and the people, the ultra affluent market, or even high net market, they all have this baked in margin of safety view of life in terms of investment, which is, famous Buffett. The idea being, if the market drops enough and I buy it, no matter what happens, if it goes up or not, it doesn't matter, I've gotten the deal. Because they all want deals. Everybody wants a deal, right? And so if they feel like, so that's one factor. The other is dry powder. So if you look at real estate developers here in New York, going back 50 years, some of the wealthiest ones we all know, they had dry powder when the market went down. And so they were there, they were ready, and so the folks with dry powder, and when they feel like it's time and that they have that margin of safety, then they'll jump in. And even if they, in the psychology there will be, even if it goes down a little bit, I still got it at a discount, right? Or I still got it. Now, what that actually trigger is going to be, who knows, right? That's within them. And I don't think you can ever push them to do that. You're going to have to be patient and educate them and give them the information. Don't try to drive them to decision. They're smart people, right? And if you can be the person that's helping them, feed them that information, then I think you're their partner. That builds more trust.
And that's often why they're coming to you, right?
That's why they're coming to you.
They're smart. Interpret the information. What's actually happening.
They've been successful, right? And we all know that real estate is different than other industries, but one of the things that happens when you're successful in one thing, you think you're successful in everything, right? And you're not going to dismantle that. So the best thing for you to do is to give them the information and say, listen, you make the decision unless they ask.
Can I just call you on one thing, though, David?
Okay.
I think the psychology that you're talking about is very male. And I we're talking about winning, we're talking about dominance, we're talking about, and I actually, in the capitalist patriarchy we live in, a lot of the people who have the type of money that you're talking about are men. But a lot of the time they have wives.
Absolutely.
I actually think some of the psychology can be different.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. How does that occur differently?
I do think that a home is not just an investment asset. A home is, for most people, one of the most fundamental purchases.
It's an emotional purchase.
And so I do think that there is a whole, particularly in market environments like this, we have people get very focused on the investment aspect, but really I think what sells homes is not the investment aspect of a home. It's the emotional, personal, sort of deep connection that you feel. And we do often, I don't know what you guys, Joyce, you have a lot of experience with this. Often you see that almost playing out in the couple, that the husband will be playing one role and the wife will be playing another role.
It drives me crazy when they do that. A lot of it. One person I showed 200 houses.
Oh,
no.
She kept track. This was pre-computer days. I said, I've shown you 200 houses. She said, yes, here's the list.
That's going to be an interesting new dynamic in the spring. There's more and more homes for sale now, higher inventory. So buyers are going to see that they have all these choices. And it's going to be harder as a real estate agent to convince them to make a move on any one home. Before it was like you have to rush in there, you're going to have bidding wars.
Get one choice.
Now, maybe the next home will be better than this one. Do I really want to commit? Hopefully in the spring, when it's like all the homes that are available, the most homes that are going to be on the market are on the market, buyers will finally make the move.
Also, there are more women today making the decision. I represent a lot of women who are single, who are entrepreneurs, who are developers. It's amazing. My client list has really changed over the years to be a lot of women.
I get it, they're all leaning in. My wife runs a group for moms who are professional executives, and they call it lean out. So they say, listen, Sheryl Sandberg's answer is not the answer for everybody, right? But going back, so first of all, though, I want to highlight what you said, which is, at the high end of the market, you shouldn't be positioning it as necessarily as an investment. It doesn't mean that you don't have all the data there to show that, but it's really, at the end of the day,